Welcome back to our Hours Walk. No news is good news this week so far. We are trying to wrangle with the EFL. We're also looking back at that Hull game. There's a one-sided rivalry with Hull City. Just what are their fans on about? Plus, Chelsea have got away with no points deductions whatsoever. We'll get our panel's view on all of that. And what did we make of the recent goal that we've scored and the 3 conceded this week at Hull? The season is nearly over, but not yet for Lewis, Tom and Jez. We're going to put them through 5 more weeks of talking about Sheffield Wednesday when we get to the end. Thank you very much for your company yet again this week. Loads of comments and loads of views on last week's one. Press the subscribe button. If you've watched this a couple of weeks and haven't yet pressed that sub button, it would be amazing for us to see those numbers grow. Right, Lewis, where should we start this week? Should we start with Hull, shall we? Let's get that out of the way with first. Impressive to a point. Score the first goal and then collapse. We've heard that before, haven't we?
Yeah, I was just about to say it's the same story every week. I think that's have a good, decent first half, few chances, passing the ball about and things, and then that's it. It seems to crumble at the back. Goal goes in, and that's it. Drop the heads a bit, and ship a few more. That's how it's been for the rest of the season. So same again.
I mean that whole equalising goal. I mean, crikey, how many passes did they have through that defence? You just want somebody just to kick it out of touch, don't you? Unbelievable. Jez, you were there. What was your take on the game?
No, I didn't go this week.
Oh, we missed this one. Right?
No, I missed it. I saw the game and what have you, but same again. The cross for the equaliser, for example, Palmer half-arts puts it in, don't scrap the ball. There's times before that when they've had chances, we have weak tackles. It is like a rinse and repeat, isn't it? Sleep, rinse, repeat. Sleep, rinse, repeat. Can't put a challenge in. Can't pass it to us. Can't close a cross down. Can't win a header. It's poor. There's just not enough quality across the pitch.
Leicester's next home game, Tom, which we'll get to in a second, but I just got a funny feeling in my bones. It just might. 33 games now is the record without a win. We've got this awful home record, of course, coming up. And yeah, Leicester right down there. Do you feel it?
I mean, I was saying last week there was maybe a chance we get something at all, and obviously that just went out. I don't know why I was thinking that. I just their fans were saying we might get something, as they always do. But is 33 just our record, or is that the overall record in itself?
Yeah, it's your record, isn't it, at the moment? Yeah, 33. Yeah. Where we are, 33, without a win.
Yeah, God. I was just seeing if we'd break the record, because I know when we didn't have a penalty for like 2 years, we just needed that one game against Hull. We got one, so I was thinking, we might do something. But I can see us maybe getting a point. But again, I think as the lad says, what will happen is we'll do all right first half, and then a few defensive mistakes, and we'll lose 2 or 3-1 every single game until the end of the season, I think, as well. So, I'm not expecting much, to say the least.
Okay, all right. Leicester fans are absolutely bricking it. Respect to them.
we hear it every week, though.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it seems the same story every week with fans.
They do. They absolutely are bricking it. Say that. You have this weird hold over. We're hold over rival fans. Speaking of just rivals, when we move on from Hull, what is your relationship with Hull? That they seem to have this. Yeah, is it like a one-sided rivalry? There's been a fallout in the Hull camp, if you like, on social media, with some Hull fans wishing Wednesday well and saying, "Isn't it bad?" and great that you sung the whole game and so on. And other Hull fans have jumped on them and said, let them rot. They had a go at us when we didn't sell out Wembley, when we were going through the same thing. Why are we wishing them well? They're our main rivals. And yeah, it's a weird one-way rivalry.
Were they actually going through what we were going when we went to Wembley? I just don't think they sold any tickets, because how can you go through it boycotting your playoff final?
They boycotted, didn't we, under the Ahmad rule? And
they went to Premier League. I mean, how does that work? To be fair and to be rude and a bit controversial, it probably sums up the bloody intelligence, to be fair. Apart from Wembley and a couple of games beforehand, they just, I don't see it, but I suppose it's local enough, isn't it, for them to start thinking.
Yeah, well, they've got a rival somewhere. They haven't got one, have they?
They've got it with Grimsby, have they? So what? Yeah.
All right, fair enough. But once again, yeah, Wednesday fans, brilliant in that away end. Right, let's switch attention then to what's going on off the pitch, shall we? This one here, I need to get rid of that Chanziri. Rob says, understand talks continue throughout the week between the administrators, Arise Capital and the EFL discussing the spending restrictions next season. At this stage, all parties seem to feel positive about these talks. Now, there's a word we haven't seen or mentioned very much on this podcast. Positive, Jez. Things feel positive, dare we say.
Yeah, because we haven't had any bad news, have we? It has to be positive. But even Chris Wickfield came out on Twitter, which seems to be proved it is him, that he's come out and kind of not rubber stamped it as such, but said there were positive things going on and it felt positive from their side. I think we have to just believe it's the fresh start that we need. And I think we have to believe that they'll get a solution one way or the other. Whether or not we get rid of everything, I don't think so, but there'll be some sort of movement, maybe a few less points, maybe a higher budget. We'll find out, but everything's going to be positive from now, because it's been so poor before. And I don't think we can go any further. Obviously, they could pull out and we have to go through it again. But if they are the preferred bidder and they're going to buy the club, then everything's on the way up, isn't it, compared to where we've been?
Yeah. There was an article out last week, Tom, I forget who wrote it, but it's a really good one that says, basically, if the EFL stick to their guns, they could actually grind Wednesday into the ground here. The club may be in danger of not existing due to ramifications of another bidder walking away and then us, forcing closure. Do you think the EFL have got the capability to first of all recognise that and bend their own rules?
Yeah, I think they do have a chance of doing that. I know it's a bit unlikely, and I think we get a bidder at some point. But I do think if they keep on going, it could get a lot worse for us if this bidder pulls out. The only thing is, with the other clubs that have gone on their hands, basically the blood on their hands, I don't know if they'd want another one, a much bigger one, going as well. So I think if it was looking likely that bidders were going to pull out, I think they would bend the rules just enough to let someone get in. Because as much as they want to kind of make an example, maybe, I don't think they want us like ceasing to exist. So even if it was, they give us all the restrictions, but yeah, maybe remove a couple and let someone buy us for £1 or something. I think they'd have to get I don't think they can let us go, but it could get worse for us, which is why I'm hoping this will go through. I don't really want to jinx anything because I thought the last one, wasn't going to happen, and it did. So, yeah, let's just let's give it a week and at least hope something happens.
Yeah, and of course, since we last met, you'll have heard the Chelsea case, and I know it's very different in terms of what has happened to them, but they have self-reported themselves because they have actually been cheating. They have given agents money to ensure that transfers will go through in their favour versus others. So they've gained an advantage by signing quality players. Their punishment for that doesn't seem as harsh as the punishment that teams like yourselves and Leicester and Everton and others have had. What did you feel when you read that story? Is it one rule for one and one rule for another?
Well, I mean, rules are rules, aren't they? You've got to. We broke the rules and we got punished. They broke the rules, probably a lesser punishment than what we had. So I think in a sense of, we've got to stick for what's right in the rules. They should have had the same, if not worse, penalty than what we had. Because they are Chelsea, the big giants, they didn't get the punishment, which I think is just wrong, isn't it? Really, that's the only thing to say.
I think they also they actually had a kind of sporting advantage of their crimes, where ours, I mean, we haven't exactly been great, have we? I mean, we haven't really pushed on. So I think us getting relegated multiple times, not paying staff, now probably next season, even having a risk of relegation with certain things, I think we've been punished quite enough. And for them to win titles off the back of it and then get a fine that's like a few weeks' wages for a few of the players is just ridiculous, I think.
Yeah. Cheers.
Yeah, well, 10 million quid, it's a drop in the ocean, isn't it, to them. Now, have they laid it up so they're going to give Chelsea 10 million quid? So when actually City go and actually get a verdict, they've got a balance. So they don't have to do anything particularly bad for Man City. And so if it's 10 million quid for them, 116 for Man City, let's make it 30 million quid. Well, that's nothing, is it, again? But a team that's on its financially, physically, the lot, let's give them a wage structure, a wage budget, and then on top of that, let's start you on minus 15 points. But that could be the difference between the EFL and the Premier League. Yeah. You know, if Wednesday's case was in the Premier League, what would be happen? Would we actually just, have a, we don't know because we're not in there, but there looks to be a difference between the two organisations that are running the game. And then Rick is at the League Cup final, handing over a blooming trophy to the Premier League stars that they've just, it stinks, but we've always known that the EFL look after their own because it's run and managed by the owners. So who's going to win there? It's the owners. So.
Good point. Still to come this week, we're doing the A to Z of Wednesday. We're doing a double header this week, U and V. Get ready for that. We're also going back to last week's question, which was, what's your favourite ever team that you've watched Wednesday? Jess, do you want to fill it in now? Because you ran out of time last week. Yeah.
Well, the best team, the 92-96 side, so that period which we had Waddle and the rest of them in. And then 90-91 with Ron Atkinson, I was going to put different types of teams, different eras, obviously, of football, but the 92-96 team full of stars, full of great footballers, and obviously 2 cup finals that we lost, but, that were the best teams, I think.
Great. We'll do the A to Z in a second. Let's get thinking on U and V. We're talking general football finances this week as well. We don't need to talk about Wednesdays because we know exactly where we are with that. But just checking out the pyramid here. This is all the accounts for 24-25 of all the Championship clubs that are in there. I mean, 24-25, you reported, there's 23-24 figures on there for Wednesday, so 10 million loss. So it's 2 years ago now. But just look at the amount of teams, Tom, there that are losing significant millions. We believe the debt of Championship clubs now is up to £1 billion £1 billion across the whole of the EFL. Owning a football club is not sustainable now, is it? Unless your owner is willing to write off debt, like some Stokes owners there, just at 29 million, will just write it off under the Bet365 accounts. So is football heading to a point where we're going to see more and more clubs in Wednesday's positions?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's also just in football in general, just not the Championship. Like, I think even the Brightons and teams like this that people hang up as a great team are also losing money. And I think unless you're sponsored by a state or you have some American who's using you as a kind of collateral against a bigger loan for some other business, it's kind of, you're almost guaranteed to lose money. And if you look at even some of the teams in League Two, National League South, they're all losing money. You see players on tens of thousands a week in the Championship, and stadiums maybe 70% full at 30, 40 quid a ticket. Like, there's just not enough money going about, and there's not enough TV money to keep it going. So I think in the next few years, either there's going to be a bubble burst and prices and player wages and stuff will just have to get capped, or there's just going to be a lot of teams going to the mire a bit like us as well.
Yeah, I mean, Lewis, other fans are saying the Premier League needs to do more and help out the lower divisions, but they've been having that argument ever since it existed. They've not done anything. Do you think it's going to take for us to lose a huge club like a Wednesday or a Norwich or something for them to act?
Yeah, I think it probably will, to be fair saying that. I think if we, if God forbid something does happen to a big club, a big significant club, teams like Chelsea, Man City that we realised the Premier League, maybe they'll wake up and start to look at what's actually going on when they're spending these millions and tens of millions. That down below in the Championship, the League One, there are teams that are struggling to pull in the money, and will eventually go.
Okay, let us know your thoughts on all of this. And there's no right answers, is there? But it is a worrying picture. And I think the Pompey owner said this week it's not sustainable. Who would? I mean, if I offered you a business now and said it's going to lose 10 million next year and 50 the next, you'd laugh at me.
It's not a clever thing for anyone to do. If you think of someone buying a football club, it's not a clever thing for you to do with your money. It's just not.
I think they said the fastest way to go from a billionaire to a millionaire is buy a football club. That's
Brilliant. Right then. Now this next part is not ironic, and I'm not taking the mick. But we are going to start our awards for the season. We're going to start this week with goal of the season. So I'm going to ask you to think about your favourite moment of the season when you did score a goal. Which one was it? And let us know in the comments. So we'll read some of these out. Next week. Jez, your favourite? What should win the goal of the season award?
I did write Barry Bannon's free kick at Portsmouth, but then I thought you could take it away from George Brown when he scored because it's the only game we won. So it's going to be one of those. We'll have a tied goal of the season between Barron's free kick and George Brown's second goal because we got 3 points.
Okay. Tom?
I was going to say Chalobah at Leicester. It's not even a good goal. It's just that I was expecting to lose about 7-0 that day, and we went 1-0 up after like 20 minutes. And so I think that just for the moment, I mean, I think everyone got a bit like, hang on, maybe we can get him. And that lasted about half a game. But yeah, maybe the only positive thing we had at the start of the season.
Bro. Lewis?
When you said about good goals this season, my mind went to Bannon's last goal, against Norwich. His last goal in front of the Kop. Good goal.
It was a good goal.
Right, are we okay giving it to a player who's not here anymore yet?
We've got him, haven't we?
I'm going to say we've got him.
You can't give it to Jamal Hall on Saturday when he scored against Hull, can you? Because that was deflected. You know, you've got to.
Yeah. Okay, good point.
Yeah, there was that Guy Seguera, I think, against Bolton. Was that this season?
Oh, that's a very good goal.
Yeah. And then I think he's out for the whole season after that. I think. Yeah. Shame.
I actually forgot about that. It's that long ago. It feels like it's 2 seasons ago.
I didn't want to say it in case it was last season. I can't remember.
Right. A to Z time then, this works if you've been watching one player or one event in Wednesday's history to go into our A to Z. Let's start with you then, shall we? I'm guessing Ugbo's not going in.
Might not have much choice with the players that were.
Okay, right, okay. What else have we got?
Uragide, I think, is the only other one I had. He did all right for us, then left
after a game.
As usual. Yeah, got a bit of money at Celtic and left.
Any more? No, not many.
Really, no.
Four players we've had with the surname of you. I had to check it up.
Right.
So I went for Umbro kits.
Oh yeah,
I'm not giving it to Umbro because that's So Umbro kits, 91, 92 home and away, and 84, 85 home and away. Brilliant quality. Yeah.
Good kits.
What they should be all the time. So that was me. So I passed on you.
Absolutely right. We'll put Umbro kits in there. Smashing it. And what about V then?
V. Assuming Jamie Vardy doesn't count for when he was 15 years old or whatever. I had Will Volks probably from my time.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, good shout, yeah.
I put in Rivalry. I put the other two in there, in Rivalry for me.
Okay. Tom?
Yeah, I think the only others I could think of were Venasio. I think we had for like a season or half season centre back. He seemed decent, and then Valentin last season. I mean, not amazing.
Yeah, and Valerie as well, isn't they? But
Valerie, yeah.
Yeah, under that, I just thought for me, score goals, was quality striker, but
So putting Volks in then, or yeah, okay, right, Volks.
A bit of a tough one, you and me.
Yeah. Right, W then in a week's time, or not in a week's time actually, because we're international break, so we will see you, of course, after the Leicester game now, and hopefully we'll come back with 3 points so we'll be getting the champagne bottles out and the party hats on this episode. Fingers crossed. Now, if you haven't yet subbed, please do so. We're great to get to 200 subscribers before the end of the season. We're nearly there. We've got 20 more to go. That'd be absolutely amazing. So press that button. That'd be great. Right, you three, thank you again. Have a great Easter. Stop talking about Wednesday. Stop watching Wednesday for 2 weeks. That'll sort the blood pressure out, I'm sure.
We've got a bit of a break.
Well, we might have a takeover to talk about by the time we get to Easter.
Hey, fingers crossed.
Hopefully, yeah.
Or they've pulled out.
Yeah. Go on,
Nice and hopeful, Tom.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Right,
Yeah.
catch you all after the Leicester game. Have a very, very happy Easter time with your families. Thanks for watching your Aussie Bot.